Whoops, I forgot to order my trigger. Doesn't matter, you can anyways. Shai Hulud, I have ridden the sandworm. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain Jay, and tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do. Because you've asked for it, I'm going to deliver it. Budget decks. I have heard this ask a lot, okay? So if you were looking for a budget deck, we have Chiporos here. This is a 100% budget deck. This is an artisan deck, meaning that the main bulk of the deck, meaning that all of the creature cards and spell cards, 0 rares, uncommon only. There is only commons and uncommons in this. No rares, no mythic rares. The only place that I'm putting rares, and you don't have to, I just want to show you your options, is going to be in the lands. We're going to get to that. Before we get down to it, with this budget deck, I need you to do something for me, which is, of course, tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button. Don't smash it. Everyone wants you to smash them. I don't want that. You got to do that for me. It helps the channel out. And if you don't, you're going to get attacked by the like and subscribe, which you may or may not know is a YouTube werewolf who will viciously maul you and attack you for not liking the video and subscribing to the channel today. Join us on our stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for our live streaming goodness. We'd love to have you there live and in person on Twitch and on YouTube. Both of those places you can check out. Hit that bell. Be notified when we go live or post anything new. Love to have you. Check out our Discord community for all the latest decks information. Post anything, ask questions. It's all there in Discord. And this deck and all the other ones that I build are going to be available down below on my AetherHub. So if you want a copy of this cheap budget deck right here, go right down there to the AetherHub. So that all being said, what are we talking about? Well, this is Boros tokens combination play. It is entirely, again, I want to emphasize, uncommons and commons. Let me get the elephant in the room out of the way. I did put rares for the lands. You do not need these. However, the number one thing that you should invest in, if you're looking for budget decks and you're just getting into Arena, one of the number one things that you need to invest in first is building your land base, especially if you're going to build 2-color lands. It is not a bad idea to craft a little bit of Inspiring Vantage, Sacred Foundry, or Sunbillow Verges to build up your land base from there. However, if you are going for the full budget, we have 3 options for you: Abraded Bluffs, Raucous Carnival, and Wind-Scarred Crag. And frankly, Abraded Bluffs is actually maybe one that you want to include even if you have other lands in here, because pinging for that 1 damage can be any kind of win on that one. So if you don't have the land base, don't worry. You have the options to get the dual lands down or go with straight regular mana as well. It will work that way. Okay, so that's the land base out of the way. I don't want you to think about rares anymore. The rest is all cheap. First things first, we're going to go for a 1-drop, which is Nesting Bot. Love Nesting Bot here. One white, 1/1, start your engines. Not really important. When it dies, what is important, a servo token pops out. Another little robot pops out of that robot. The reason we like that is because it's a great way to replace itself. It gets a 1/1 creature to replace itself. It also gets +1 if you have max speed, whatever. Not super important. But the fact that a creature enters when that dies is super important, because we are going to be doing the damage combination. When anybody enters, we're going to try to give them damage from that. So that is going to be how we're going to do that. So he's our only 1-drop, believe it or not. Again, we wanted to go budget on this, so we're kind of limited in what is a good drop there. So the main thing we want to do is get off 2 things. Triggers, damage triggers when creatures enter using Impact Tremors or Weftstalker Ardent, and using the big hitter right here, Arabella. We want to attack with a lot of little things, and Arabella's going to go off and hit for a lot of damage. That's going to be the 2 main objectives of the deck right there. So using that, the 2 enter triggers that we're going to have are Impact Tremors, which is 1 red and 1 enchantment. Whenever a creature enters, you control enters, it deals 1 damage. The more of these you have down, the more creatures that enter, the more damage it does. Same thing with Weftstalker Ardent, 1 red and 2, 2/3. Whenever another creature artifact you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage. The fun thing about Weftstalker is that you can warp it in for 1. So if you're expecting a turn where a lot of creatures are going to enter, like if you're going to trigger Dalkovan or use Iomodanes or something like that, or use something like a Resolute Reinforcements or Honored Knight Captain, Weftstalker is going to be key to putting that in there because you get the extra triggers off. So you can potentially do a lot of damage just by creatures entering. So those are going to be our 2 main ones to have off for those entering creatures. Now, to generate as many tokens as possible, we're going to use a couple of different spells. Honored Knight Captain is going to be 1 white and 1. Human Advisor Knight from Edge of Eternities. Whenever this creature enters, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. The secondary ability with equipment, we don't care. Just the fact that this guy is a knight and generates another token with him is super cool. If you wanted to do with this with equipment, you certainly could. I don't really want to. I just kind of wanted him because he looks cool. So he is going to, on a 2 mana one right there, he is going to trigger off. He's going to trigger off 2 enter the battlefield hits because he's generating 2 creatures. This lets you get the go wide strategy. This is what this is called, going wide. When you get 2 for 1 special for that much mana, it's very good. The other additional cards that we're going to do that's going to pull off that similar trigger is going to be Resolute Reinforcements, 1 white and 1, 1/1 flash human soldier. Arguably a better option if we don't really need that. If we don't really need that secondary ability, because this can be played flash. It's a human soldier, it enters and creates another soldier with it. But I just like how that guy looks, and I like knights, so I threw 2 of them in there for fun. You could do entirely Resolute Reinforcements if you want. Or if you think this guy looks awesome, do the knights, why not? He's a space knight, that's cool. So Resolute Reinforcements, again, the same thing, paying for 2 mana for 2 creatures and getting that triggers off right there. It's also going to build up the base for Arabella to go off of. The last one that we're going to run is going to be Frontline Rush. These are the goblins. 1 white and 1 red, create 2 1/1 goblin creature tokens. So instantaneously, you get to create 2 tokens as well. This isn't a creature, it's a spell, it's an instant. Very useful. The fun thing about this one as well is target creature gets +X/+X until the end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. You can use this in a very tricky way if you're attacking with a very wide board. Let's say you're attacking with 5 creatures. They can block all your creatures except one guy is going to get through. One of your knight captains is going to get through. Guess what? You play Frontline Rush on him, he gets +5. Boom. And then all of a sudden they're getting more damage than they bargained for. So Frontline Rush is another very cool card. Again, uncommon. Arabella. 1 white and 1 red. 1/3. Whenever Arabella is a legendary artifact creature, she is an evil toy. She's a haunted doll. Love her. Whenever she attacks, deal X damage to each opponent, and you gain X life, where X is the number of creatures you control with power 2 or less. You see all these creatures are very small. They have a low power on them. So you want to fill up the board, trigger as many hits as you can, and then swing with Arabella. You have 5 other 1 creatures. She does 5 damage to your opponent. That can be enough to close the game out sometimes. So you got to figure out how to get her off, keep her safe, get her ready, set her up for the big hit, and boom, she's going to do that damage. It stacks up really nicely. You're going to melt your opponent's health away using a couple of these combo plays. As far as damaging spells go, I'm going to go with 4 Lightning Helixes, 3 damage to your opponent, to any target, and 3 life. That is going to be our direct removal in case you need to get a small creature out of the way, gain some life, or it can be a finisher. You can do it directly on your opponent. The other one we're going to run is 3 Boros Charms, 1 white and 1 red. You choose to get to one of these, 4 damage to your opponent. That is a great finisher. That is a huge amount of damage for 2 mana. Permanents you control gain indestructible in case you want to take a big block or a big hit, or target creature you control gains a double strike into the end of turn. A fun combo you could do is Frontline Rush, pump somebody up with that XX, and hit a double strike on them, and you can do a lot of damage like that for 4 mana. Very cool. So that is going to be your 2 drops. That's going to be your workhorses right there. That is how most of your damage is going to get off. We already talked about Weftstalker. Weftstalker also is going to go with Dalkovan Packbeasts here. This is the only mobilized card that I think is going to be good and uncommon. 1 white and 2, 0/4, with a mobilized 3 in Vigilance, meaning this does not attack when it attacks, but whenever it does attack, it creates 3 tokens. And the thing about that is 3 tokens tapped and attacking. If you have an Impact Tremors and a Weftstalker, your opponent's taking 6 damage even before anything else hits. That's insane. Also, you can order your triggers off that you add all of these things, and it has 4 2 or less creatures for Arabella to go off. So it goes 6 damage off on that. You could potentially drain 4 damage off on her. It could be huge, huge hits. Dalkovan Packbeasts synchronizes perfectly with everything else we're trying to do, with the go wide token strategy and just generally being too big and bulky for anybody to deal with. The finisher right here is going to be Imodane's Recruiter. Another knight, kind of finishing the knight theme here. I got a couple of knights in this deck. 1 red and 2 human knight. 2/2, whenever this creature enters, creatures you control get +1/+1 in haste. Huge hit. The fact that you could, on turn 5 or turn 6, you could potentially lay down 2 tokens and then drop Imodane's Recruiter, and then you have a very wide board that gets a plus, a pump and a haste going in, is very, very, very dangerous. If people don't have enough blockers, you're just going to grind them out by that time. If you've gotten their health that low that you can just immediately hit that big go wide, give everyone the pump, and then knock them down, it's insanely powerful. He also has the train troops ability on the side here, just in case. I don't use it frequently, but it's nice to have. 1 white and 2. You create 2 white knight creature tokens with vigilance. Very useful in case you have a lot of like Impact Tremors or something else up and you want to trigger the enter the battlefield effects, or you want to boost up Arabella as well. So that is what we're looking at right there. We talked about the land, we talked about Weftstalker, which is going to do that damage. Another great card from EOE, 1 red and 2, but we want that warp ability for that Drix Artificer on a 2/3. That is what we're looking at. Extremely powerful. I ranked up in Diamond with this, using all common and uncommon cards, so it is possible. You're going to see all of that right here. 23 creatures, knights, humans, advisors, artifacts, toys, soldiers, all kind of stuff. 11 instants, 7 artifacts, 4 enchantments, 23 lands. Pretty even split between red and white, so you're going to keep it right down the middle. 2.2 average with 23 lands. Pretty smooth right there. When it drew well, it drew well. Personally, I had a problem with some flooding, but that's probably won't happen to you. As far as sideboard goes, in case you're wondering a couple of things you could swap out, we talked about Bluffs, Raucous Carnival, Wind-Scarred Crag. The first thing that I would do to this, if you want to improve it from where you are, is add your lands that are going to be your rare lands. That's going to be number 1. Alternate removals, Sheltered by Ghost. Yeah, that's very powerful. You could certainly add Sheltered by Ghost, Requisition Raid, do a go wide pump on it, or destroy artifacts and enchantments. Abrade is not a bad one for another removal or artifact destruction. Stroke of Midnight is not another bad removal as well, as we want to go right there. So just alternate forms of removals and other utility cards. The biggest probably advantage is Shelter, and of course your different options for your lands. Potentially, if you don't have these right away, or you only have 1 or 2 of them, fill them in with that and you'll be good to go. So budget Boros right there, guys. Completely on the cheap. It will absolutely do you good. It got me to Diamond 3, man. That's a couple of steps from Mythic, so it did its job. I'm certain it'll do your job, and it's a great way. If you're new to Magic, welcome to Magic, welcome to the channel. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. Don't forget to like the video, and here we go. Ranked. I'm probably going to go to unranked and try it there, because I just don't ever think we're going to get in here. If this is going to be a starter deck, there's 3. Well, let's see if I draw the 4th. Boom. Do that. Counterspell, maybe. Millennium Calendar, that's random. That's random. And again, no number 4. Counterspell, probably. Are we going to get it? Tezzeret.
Everything you own will belong to me. Even the smallest trinket has its use.
Oh my goodness. It's not even a white mana, but we got there. Finally, though. It's not a white mana, but I don't think we've had an even distribution the whole game, but hey, we'll count it. Enigma Jewel. Is this a Ugin? He's gonna kill that. Or knock it back.
My control is absolute.
Still no. Boom. Add. I used to use this. Ancient Cornucopium. Removal, knockback, or destruction. I don't think that anything lives in this deck.
Work harder.
Stock up. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh my fucking god. I'm gonna die of boredom before he fucking gets off what he needs to get off here. Oh, look at that. Oh, I bet I have nothing but mana under here too. Lightning Helix? Sure, I'll take it. Lightning Helix? Sure, I'll take it. $47. Day of Judgment, very nice.
This is only a temporary halt in progress.
Tezzeret. Oh, he had another Tezzeret in his hand.
My empire will span the stars.
Well, if I get something like Frontline Rush, Boros Charm, any one of those, I'll win. But it's going to be a top deck. It's going to be a top deck race. We'll see. He can untap this, put that down. But I'll probably just draw lands. Just double the amount. This is that. He'll untap it and double it again. Search your library for a whatchamacallit of 1. There's a Millennium Calendar. Pass. Hey, look at that. Now, he could counterspell this. No, he can't counterspell it. Do that. Yeah, he never got there. He never got there. Boop, 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 ba-doop, ba-doop.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
All right. Let's take this into unranked because we're really struggling in ranked. Let's play a few more times. A few more times. We actually top decked something useful that time, which is rare for Jay. I love top decking mana. No, I think their win con is literally that Millennium Calendar. It does nothing the whole game. It just locks you out, as the dude said. I don't know who said it, but they basically, you go the whole game. And they just board wipe you. They just they board wipe you, and then they counterspell you. So, you know, there's that. Let's try this. Probably gets counterspelled. Yeah, Bitter Triumph is fine. I'm telling you, the number one enemy of this deck is smooth draws. That's literally the absolute number one problem with this deck is I can't draw smooth. The number one issue. Is that I can't draw smooth. Binder. Okay. What are you doing, Tishne Tidebindy? You just stare at me? That's good. Staring at me is good. Maybe. Could be a Singularity Rupture. He doesn't really know what he wants to do here. He can activate Restless Reef, but that's okay. Now he's roping. There you go. He's down to 3. All we need to do is wait for him to, all we need to do is wait him to have no mana left, and then run in at me. There we go. Alright. Draw a card. Draw a card. Yeah, that's the good stuff. There you go. But he has a sore ass now. You were the clock that was ticking in my soul. I thought I had it all together, but I was led astray. Day you walked away. You were the clock that was ticking in my heart. Changed my state of mind. No red, so we're gonna mull that. Slightly better, but not very good. We'll get rid of Imodane. It's probably the least useful one we have. We'll put enter tabbed. Ooh. What does he want to grab here? I mulliganed on a discard deck. That sucks. Let's do Impact Tremors. Boom. Am I typing fast? I think I type slow. My problem is I compare it to Snow, who types like a fucking monster, and I think I type slow. I'm not that fast. He's gonna grab, who's he gonna grab here? Ruin Claim Sage. Very nice. Wow, this guy, what is this guy? The direct counter to my deck? Weftstalker. Trigger. I don't think we're ever getting anywhere, guys. I think we mulliganed into a discard deck, which is the worst thing that can happen to you. I mean, it is kind of ballsy, considering how much enchantments there are in the game. I mean, how much, whatchamacallit there is in the game. It's not that crazy. Or artifacts, rather. There's better cards than that. That's the thing. That's the strange thing. Ritual Chamber. Odd. Yeah, no, we don't have this. Mulligan into 2 discards, I had nothing. Especially playing black, he's gonna remove. I don't have anything for that. I don't have any solution for you there, bud. Is anybody alive on Twitch? Twitch has been dead silent. Arabella. Okay, Selesnya. Alright. We're gonna do a shitload of damage here. If he doesn't run like a wipe. Oh yeah, this is gonna be really bad. Judgment. There you go. Mineral area. Rotting by himself. TK Tiger Cat. Zavritz, the favorites, is lurking. That I understand. I understand a man's desire to lurk. Bango. Okay. Dalkovan. Damn, bro, what'd you say to Ham? Let's do Dalkovan. Yeah, even the word Grand Wizard is, I think it's gonna make people a little bit nervous. Let's do that. More. All right. We're going to hold steady here because I really want to finish him off. I'm assuming you're referring to the fact that we are planeswalking wizards. And don't mean it in a horrible way. Screaming Mimi. He's gonna go in. I don't think he can resist. think he can resist me. That's on the stack, so yeah, there you go. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, yeah. That's Cartman's Stick of Truth. That was a good game. Okay, so we're gonna hold steady because I think he wants to put down he wants to put down something here. Unholy Annex. Boom. Okay. Bloodletter. That sucks. Boom. Bloodletter number 2. Boom. Yeah. I didn't have any kill cards. Instead of Boros Charm, I needed Lightning Helix to get rid of that Demon Wool. Cause baby, you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my demon wall. This is not great. I'll keep it, but okay, Ghastly Tech. We're stuck. I think we're stuck. Whoop. Mineral areas, yeah. There was an old Onion article about that. It was something like song about heroin used in bank commercial. Alright. Let's put down Dalkovan. Solid blocker against red. He could use double burns to get through it, but it does use a lot of his it does use a lot of his fucking power if he does that though. So he's gonna hold steady. Ghastly tech. He could do double shock. I mean, it's a lot of damage because he's going to do 4 to me, but it's not ideal. I think he's going to hold off on that and hope I block. My Void deck? Which one is the Void one? The I've built a few Void ones. The Alchemy one or the Standard one? He's going in. I mean, he's. I'm not going to block a Prowess Creature. I've played this game before. I'm aware of what a Prowess Creature does. I don't know why we have a red Roper here. There he goes. 3. Okay. Okay. We could pretty much lose everything at this point. Boros Charm is going to finish him. That's the combo play that we're looking for there, guys. Because that was 6 and that was 4. It was 10 damage immediately with no blockers for 3 more. Screaming Mimi on the defensive, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. That was a game that took forever, but it worked, right? I don't like this hand, but I'm going to see where it happens. Yeah, I have that, Randy, I do think that you are onto something there. I think that, I think you're 100% onto something there. I think that red actually requires a little bit of tactics. I don't want to say it's requires strategy, but call it tactics. You need to kind of play correctly and play quickly and do a lot of fun stuff like that, but alright, this guy's just gonna play Yuna. It's just a Yuna deck. We have no response to this. If we get a mana, maybe, but probably not. Because he's just going to bring out Yuna. If you see Fenrir, you know who's not far behind. At least that's in my opinion. Shelts. That is pretty pointless. Who's getting it? Anampakal. Turn. I'm shocked that it's not a unit deck. It's a is it a human? It is a human wolf deck? I'm so fucking shocked right now. Literally couldn't be more shocked. They're gonna drop a Voja. Voja du Crocodile. Voja du Crocodile. Probably a Voja, you're right. Naya Voja. We haven't seen that in a long time, huh? Or a Boroid. Oof. Good night. One more. One more for him. I can't even remember what Voja does. Oh yeah, it's an elf-wolf. It's an elf-wolf combo. Alright, that's actually not a bad hand right there, believe it or not. Phileas, the Killiest, the #1 chilliest. What is up, Philly? We are trying to rank up with an artisan deck, which is, let me tell you, not as easy as it sounds. I know it sounds like it's a cakewalk, but turns out it isn't. Boom. Boom. Go in. Alright. Who's he going to kill here? He's probably going to try to aggro out with another skeleton. Yeah. He's going to aggro with the skeleton. We block that. Bango, bango. Boom. Put down you. We're going to hit big time rush. Whoops, I forgot to order my trigger. Doesn't matter, he's dead anyways. Shai Halud, I have ridden the sandworm. I have ridden the sandworm. Thank you for the good luck, Phileas, Killius, #1 chilliest. How was your night? Moab Deep. Hey, what's up, Abaddon? How you doing? It was okay. Brain always mushy. Yeah, old mushy brain. It's happening. It is happening every now and again. Ops goes first. All right. I'm gonna eat a Ricola. We'll put down an Arabella and see how he wants to play it from there. Okay. We'll put down a Dalkovan and see how he wants to play that. Sorry, my throat's on fire. Crack it. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait here, because he might sweep me. Seam rip. Trigger. Trigger. Okay. Oh, my man is cooked. Should I push him? Let's push him. Cook. Roasted. No, I'll still do Stellaris because I love playing Stellaris. I'll still do it. I might do it this weekend. I play Stellaris on my free time. If you guys want to just sit there and join me, I probably won't talk that much. But if you just guys want to fucking just chill and play Stellaris with me, we can do that in the afternoon. Apropos of nothing, because I love Stellaris. Last one. Coolio, what's up, man? Snow's working late this weekend, which means it's Jay alone time. I got my evenings free. So I'm just gonna be hanging out down the street. Same old thing we did last week. Magic Arrow. Despacito. Alright, what's he doing? Another flash. Alright, gives me a fish. Very nice. How's about we do this? Boom. We'll try to put that down again, see what he says about that. Okay, that's fine. Let's do this. Boom. Very nice. We're going to wait for the removal. The sweep or something. Rest in peace. Enter all graveyards. Closed. Close the case. Close the case. Hey, 20 Gemeralds, cool. That means we only have to get 1,200 exactly to get the Mastery Pass. Alright, can we beat Wall of Fire? Can we beat Wall of Fire? That's the real question right now. I don't know if we can. We're gonna try, though. It's actually not a terrible opener. Bagulus. Alright. We're gonna do that. We're gonna hold off to Frontline Rush and Lightning Helix. Because he's running Azorius and you never know what these freaks are doing. We'll drop Frontline Rush. I'm gonna do Nesting Bot. Because I feel like he's gonna try to wipe me here. And that's that. A little bit goes a long way. We just gained Diamond 3 with uncommon cards with an Artisan deck. That ain't bad in my book. That ain't bad. I can't do any better than that, guys. We adjusted it, we waited for our hands, and we locked the fuck in. That is going to be your... You wanted a budget deck? You got a budget deck, guys. Chiporos. It is very cheap. The only thing you need is lands, and even that, you don't need all the lands that you need here. You can get away with getting away with some other stuff. It's going to be maybe a hair slower, but for your purposes, it is absolutely a budget, nice combination deck for your pleasure that will rank you up, confirmed in Diamond. I can't do any I can't do any better than that, guys. I gotta leave that one right there.